So summer is fast approaching, and I know most of you must have gotten a plan of where to go to. And if you are one of those people that haven't yet decided on where to go to, well, let's say maybe you can just, come to Paris. Okay, so guys, I'm going to be sharing a few tips on places to visit while holidaying in Paris. In case you find yourself in Paris this year or whenever, I'm going to be listing some top 10 places that you can visit that you will never regret visiting in Paris. In Paris, we've got a lot of interesting places to visit, lots of tourist attractions, but for me, I'm just going to list out these few places that I know that I've been to, and I know they are good, that places that you will have the memories when you go back to wherever you come from, So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys a few tips on places to visit while holidaying in Paris. So don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Okay, so guys, you're welcome back on my channel. Welcome back on another beautiful episode on Travel with Hannah Ojo on Hannah Ojo TV. So if you are just joining this channel, we say welcome. And if you are already a subscriber, welcome and thanks for coming back on this channel. So if you are new, kindly subscribe, turn on your notification button, like, share, and also we've got so many interesting topics on my channel. You can go through them, and a lot of places to visit, tourist attractions, and what have you. So guys, like I said, you're all welcome to Travel with Hannah Ojo, and I'm going to be giving few tourist attraction places that you can go to if you find yourself in Paris. And on my list of places to visit in Paris would be, without how do I say it? I'm not going to say it in a way that maybe one is greater than one. I'm just going to list out these few places, numerically. I'm going to list them. So number one on my list would be Disneyland. Yeah, they call it Disneyland. So why did I choose Disneyland? If you are traveling with kids, it's very important, if you want to make their stay enjoyable, Disneyland is number one place that you should visit as a family visiting Paris. Because in Disneyland, everybody knows Disneyland. Everybody knows that kids love Disneyland. They love to see their favorite characters in Disneyland. So that is why, for me, I picked Disneyland, because I have kids as well. So I know this is something that kids will love to see when they are in Paris. So if you are planning on coming to Paris, kindly make sure you take your children to Disneyland to see their favorite characters. They have Mickey Mouse, they have Snow White, they have a lot of interesting characters, and their beautiful chateau and all of that. So Disneyland is number one, and it is very easy to locate. It's not too far away from the city center of Paris, and there's a train, a lot of trams and everything that goes there. So number one should be Disneyland if you're coming with your children. So guys, number two on my list, the second places that I feel you can visit while holidaying in Paris, and this one is not for the whole family. This one is maybe for couples, or you're single, you're alone in the city of Paris, and you're bored and you just want to go out, you want to have fun. I'm going to tell you, check out Moulin Rouge. Yeah, right. Moulin Rouge is located in the heart of Paris. It's a beautiful place to visit. When I say beautiful, you are in for a show. If you find yourself in Moulin Rouge, you are surely in for a show. Okay, so I'm going to quickly give you a little background of what goes on in Moulin Rouge. So Moulin Rouge is a spectacular world where all the emotions, surprises, and the excitement of Parisian celebrations are experienced. It was invented and shared since 1889. And through the Ferry Review, featuring a troupe of 80 artists recruited from around the world. 1,000 costumes of feathers, rhinestones, and sequins that enhance the performance bodies, attraction with exceptional acts that punctuate the show, and the unmissable French cancan dance, the iconic Parisian cabaret. They invite you all to enjoy an unforgettable magical experience in the heart of Montmartre. Did you just hear that? So if you are a bubbling person, you're a bubbling person and you find yourself in Paris, please make sure you go to Moulin Rouge to have an excitement that you will never forget, to have memories that you will never forget. And number 3, the third places that I feel all should visit while holiday in Paris would be cruise on Seine. Cruise on Seine, it means cruise on bateau, on ferry. Do you want to have the view of Paris? Like you want to dine, you want to enjoy, you want to take champagne, you have to go to cruise on Seine. Like you need to book your ticket to have your dinner, your lunch on the ferry. And this ferry moves, it takes you through the city of Paris, where you can see your Eiffel Tower, you can see your Louvre, you can see a lot of interesting places while on the water. Isn't that magnifique? That is so awesome. You're just sipping your champagne, you're eating your French cuisine, and you're seeing the view of the city. Isn't that lovely? Okay, so if you are a continental person and you find yourself in the city of Paris, kindly go to Cruise on Seine. You can check them up on Google, Cruise on Seine, to book your ticket and go enjoy yourself while holidaying in Paris. And the 4th places to visit on my list would be Notre-Dame Cathedral, Paris. Why did I choose Notre-Dame Cathedral, Paris? If you are an history student, or you love history, you love medieval things, it's important when you find yourself in Paris to visit Notre-Dame Cathedral. It is one of the famous Gothic cathedral in the world, one of the most famous, and it has a lot of medieval art, architectures, anything you can think about. It is a holy church that is so dear to the French people, and so it's been there for several years, like more than Eiffel Tower. Yeah, it's been in place, and it was gutted down with fire some years back, and luckily it's been restored. Not every part of it was gutted down with fire. It was the rooftop and some part of the interiors was gutted down, but it's been renovated and it is even more beautiful than it was before. And people always say, what is the big deal about Notre-Dame Cathedral? I'm going to tell you one of the big deal about Notre-Dame Cathedral right now. So there's a researcher who says Notre-Dame offers a world-class academic experience with opportunities for student research, creative pursuit, and projects that go beyond the classroom. You want to learn about history, you want to see historical architecture, you go to Notre-Dame Cathedral, you'll find all those things there. And it's a holy place where you can also pray, but now it's a tourist attraction. So in all, visit Notre-Dame Cathedral. Okay, so the 5th place I feel all should visit while holidaying in Paris is Chateau de Versailles. That is Palace of Versailles. So why do I choose Palace of Versailles? Oh my God, like I love history a lot. I love seeing old chateau, like we used to see them in these American films, you know, like Tons, all this Merlin, you know. So it's always interesting when you see them in real life, you know. So I feel if I love it, why can't I talk to you guys about it? Why can't you people visit it, visit the place as well? So Palace of Versailles was once a residential palace, you know. Back then it was a beautiful, one of the most greatest palace ever built. Like, oh my goodness. Palace of Versailles is a former royal residence commissioned by King Louis IV. It is located in Versailles, about 18 kilometers west of Paris, in the Yvelines department of Ile-de-France. And, you know, this Versailles, this Chateau de Versailles, it's one of France's most visited tourist attraction, because it's got a lot of history in it. And also on the outside of the chateau, there are lots of statues, historic ancient statues, you know, that are just lined up while walking on the, do I say in the garden? Yeah, in the garden. While walking in the garden, there are lots of historical ancient statues. And also the king's room is all mirrored, like it's glass everywhere in the king's room, which is the most room that people really want to see. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you like history, go to Chateau de Versailles, Palace of Versailles. It's a beautiful place to visit if you find yourself in Paris. And number six places to visit would be, for me, you know, is Luxembourg Park. I know most of you don't know about Luxembourg Park. Most people just know only one place in Paris, and I'm going to be talking about that one, which is going to be the last thing I talk about, where most of you know. So Luxembourg Park is there as well. It's a beautiful place to visit, you know, for students. You know, it has a long walkway, and it's very attractive. It's a very attractive, lovely place to visit. A beautiful place to visit. So one thing about attraction places in Europe in general is that they always have inspiration. Like there's always someone that inspired that thing, that makes it, you know, that keeps it into existence. Or I don't know how I'm going to explain that. You know, there's always someone there's always a founder, like, let me put it that way. So you will always find a place and why this place, who inspired this place. So that's one thing about Europe and also France, let me put it that way. So Luxembourg Park, it's a beautiful jardin. It's called Jardin de Luxembourg. Okay, so it is located on the edge of Saint-Germain-des-Prés in the Latin Quarter. The Luxembourg Garden, inspired by the Florentine Boboli Gardens, were created at the initiative of Queen Marie de Medici in 1612. Covering an area of 25 hectares, the garden is divided into a French-style section and an English-style section. So when you go to Luxembourg Park, you have different sections and you can visit all the sections, and I can tell you, it's a wonderful place to visit. Okay, so guys, let's talk about my number 7 places to visit while holidaying in Paris would be Montmartre. I know most people don't know where Montmartre is and they don't really visit Montmartre, but Montmartre is one of the most beautiful ancient places you can visit while holidaying in Paris, you know. So the origin of Montmartre history dated back to antiquity, when the Romans erected a temple dedicated to the god Mercury at the top of the hill. They also exploited the surrounding gypsum quarries to make plaster. A mecca of global artistic creation, Montmartre has always been a privileged place for artists who found the inspiration and freedom necessary for their creations. Many painters such as Pablo Picasso, Vincent van Gogh, and Henri Matisse lived and worked in the neighborhood of Montmartre. Montmartre is a wonderful place to visit. Everything is not all about the famous places, like, I don't want to say the name now. Yeah, all know the name. So Montmartre is one of the beautiful tourist attractions you can visit while holidaying in Paris. So number eight on my list of places to visit while holidaying in Paris would be Louvre Museum. Yeah, Louvre Museum is among my favorite places to visit while holidaying in Paris. Do you love art? Do you love the beauty of art? Then you find yourself in Paris, you must visit Musée Louvre. It's one of the famous places to visit in the world, as in it's famous. Musée Louvre is so famous, I can tell you guys. So actually, Musée Louvre, or let's say Louvre Museum, like the French people say, is a national arts museum in Paris, France, and one of the most famous museums in the world. One of the most famous museums in the world. It is located on the right bank of the Seine in the city's first arrondissement, and it is home to some of the most canonical works of Western art, including the Mona Lisa, Venus de Milo, and Winged Victory. So the museum is housed in the Louvre Palace, originally built in the late 12th to 13th century under Philip II. So remnants of the medieval Louvre fortress are visible in the basement of the museum. So the Louvre, there you can see lots of beautiful artworks, beautiful ancient artworks like Mona Lisa, and the place is a lovely place to visit. When I was there, I was amazed, like really amazed. It's a lovely place to visit. It's so huge, like seriously, you can even get lost in there if you're not careful. That is how huge that place is. So if you find yourself in Paris, make sure you visit Musée Louvre. Number nine. Oh no, is it number 9? Okay, let me put it number 9. It's supposed to be my number 2. This place is so famous. Oh my god. So do you guys want to walk on the longest street, one of the longest streets in the world? Like long. Then you need to visit Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées is one of the longest streets in the world, where you find all your designers, all the designers you can ever think of in your life. You will find it in Champs-Élysées. Did you guys understand? Like, what are you looking for? What is that design? What is that make that you are looking for that you will not find in Champs-Élysées? It's one of the richest streets in the city of Paris. You can't be in Paris and not go to Champs-Élysées. You want to buy original things, you go to Champs-Élysées. You want to buy your favorite designers, you go to Champs-Élysées. You want to see the longest street in the world, one of the longest streets in the world, you go to Champs-Élysées. Champs-Élysées is where to go to when you find yourself in Paris. And also is Arc de Triomphe. Arc de Triomphe is another famous place that people visit. It's one of the most visited places in Paris. Arc de Triomphe, most famous monument in Paris, France, standing at the western end of the Champs-Élysées at the center of place. So when you're talking about the street of Champs-Élysées, at the end of Champs-Élysées is where you find the Arc de Triomphe. Do you want to take beautiful pictures? Do you want people to know that you are in Paris? Do you want to see the beauty of Paris? Visit Champs-Élysées and Arc de Triomphe. The roundabout is one of the biggest roundabouts in France. The biggest, massive. So you go there, you take your lovely pictures, you see the monument. You guys should visit Champs-Élysées. Visit Champs-Élysées and Arc de Triomphe. You will love it over there. It's beautiful. And the last on my list, which is meant to be my number one, I decided to make it the last because I know that if I make it number one, it will be so easy for people like, yeah, we know. So I decided to make it the last, but the first. The last, but the one meant to be on the top. And that is what, I already know that. And it is called Eiffel Tower. So Eiffel, yay! I know most of you must have been waiting for me to mention Tour Eiffel, and I decided to put it at the last. Yeah, everybody wants to go to Tour Eiffel, everybody wants to visit the monument. It's an historical place to visit. If you are in Paris, I've never seen anyone visit Paris and never goes to Eiffel Tower. It's always the number one places that people want to go to. They don't even care about every other places that I've mentioned, but this particular place, no way, they must go there. Okay, so what's the beauty about Eiffel Tower? People always say Paris is a city of love. So in Tour Eiffel, you visit the place. You see the beauty of Paris, especially when you go to the last floor. When you climb it, there is a staircase to get to the top, and there is lift to also get to the top, and it's not free. You have to pay before you can get to the top. But when you get to the top, you see the beauty of Paris, the whole of Paris in view. It's a beautiful view to behold, I can assure you guys. And you can also see lot of foreigners walking down the street of Tour Eiffel. And also besides Tour Eiffel, in case you have children, you can also visit the Aquarium of Paris. I didn't mention that. It's so close to the Eiffel Tower. It's an aquarium, one of the most biggest aquarium in Paris. You can also visit that place with your children. Kids will love it. It's a lovely place for children to see, And so if you find yourself in Paris, I know I don't need to tell you guys, visit Eiffel Tower. So according to my research and according to what I feel you guys should know is what I've put up for you guys, which is my top 10 places to visit while holidaying in Paris. So in case you find yourself in Paris, refer to this video. In case you have anyone coming to Paris, kindly share this video with them and let them have an idea of places to visit, because sometimes you don't speak the language. It might be difficult for you to know these places. So that's why I put up these places for my English speaker. So refer to this video whenever you find yourself in Paris or anyone you know is in Paris. Travel with Hannah Ojo. We've got a lot of interesting places for you to visit in Paris and also in France, not just in Paris. And outside Paris, there are lots of historical places to visit. So thank you all for watching. If you watch this video to the end, I say I love you. You guys are the real G, I love you so much. I love you. I love you all. I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to click on your subscribe button and like, comment. If there's any other thing you want Hannah Ojo Travel with Hannah Ojo to discuss, anything you want us to talk about, you can drop it on the comment section and we'll look into it. Thank you all for watching, and thank you for sticking to the end of this show. And I'll say au revoir, merci et à très bientôt. Bye.